Howdy folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Reddit questions, specifically tailored towards fitness. I've been doing these videos from time to time and I'm starting to enjoy them, and if you like them too, leave a comment below and I'll just keep them going. Let's get these questions started, shall we? Now, this question was asked 22 days ago. I work out over lunch, so I can only fit in about 45 minutes of effective work. I've been doing a homebrew routine for the past year with 4 sessions per week, but only seeing minimal progress visually. Can anyone recommend me an effective routine to replace my current one? Ideally, I'd like to keep in weighted dips if possible, since I really enjoy those. Okay, I have a few questions on this one. For example, are you progressively overloading? So are you adding repetitions, or are you making exercises harder by increasing the time duration you're in that specific movement? And are you actually being consistent doing 4 days a week, every week, for the whole year? Because you will see a difference regardless. Even if you're doing progressive overloading, you will see some kind of strength gain or muscular change. It's not adding up to me. And also, sure, there'll be moments where you're doing the same routine over and over, and eventually something amazing happens. Your body adapts. So it's always good to change up the routine, or like I said, progressive overload. So change or implement things that make the exercise a little bit more challenging and harder for yourself. So for me, it is relatively simple. Like you said, you want to keep dips into it. So make sure you're increasing the weight of the dips that you're performing, or slow down the tempo. So if you're saying you're going down in the eccentrics, slow it down to 3 seconds, pause in a deep range, and then push up maybe explosively or slow. So just vary the tempo and just challenge yourself in various aspects. And then if you get comfortable with that, then just increase the weight, or like I said, just change the tempo. Simple as that. And if you find there's still no progression, then change it up. You can do some press ups, you can vary that, you can elevate your feet, you can keep your feet flat, you can add some load to the press ups. Just change it up. Okay, the next question is from my previous YouTube video on Reddit questions. And the question asks, if I don't feel sore after a workout, does that mean I haven't done it right? Now, the misconception when it comes to fitness is, to people, they think soreness indicates that they worked their ass off in the gym. Whilst yes, that is possible, it doesn't necessarily correlate well together. So to a degree, soreness means you just did something that your body wasn't adapted to. So you had some micro tears in your muscle, which needs to heal. That's why you're sore. But you shouldn't feel sore all the time. That could be a negative side effect as well, that you're also not giving yourself adequate time to rest and recover. And also, it could be an indication that you're just changing up the routine too frequent for your body to adapt. Your body needs to adapt to see progression. Let me give you an example. Let's say for now, at a regular basis, I do squats. The next day, if I do squats, the day after, I'll be just as fine because I'm already adapted to it. I've been training squats for ages, so my body will be fine with recovery. But if someone new hasn't done that specific movement and they do it, they probably won't be able to walk the next day, which just means they need to recover because their body wasn't adapted to it. But then if they carried on that routine and they stay consistent, eventually they will stop being sore. You don't always need to train to soreness all the time. That could be the same with me. If I jumped into a Pilates class right now, and to me, let's say the class was relatively easy, the next day I'll be sore as hell because I haven't done those movements before. So it's never an indication that you worked hard or not. It just means your body isn't used to that movement, so you tore some muscles. That's it. I want to specify that means micro tears, which is needed when it comes to muscle recovery and building muscle. Next question. Is it possible to have visible abs and a big butt at the same time? If so, how? I'm a girl with a big natural butt and go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week, rotating between glutes and abs with 10-minute cardio twice a week, but eat pretty much whatever I want. So while I've slimmed down a lot since starting the gym journey and still maintain my glutes and even made them more defined, I've gotten visible abs. I'm confused, as I've read I need to eat in the calorie surplus to maintain glutes, but deficit for abs, so it seems impossible to have both, yet I see girls who do. Okay, so from the question, you train 4 to 5 times a week, you rotate from glutes and abs. With this, it's usually genetically correlated, so it's very tough for people to do this easily, but you're already, like you said, you're kind of blessed having the glutes genetics, which helps a lot. One thing is going on a calorie surplus, like you said, but then you need to go on a cut. You mentioned that you eat whatever you want, which is something you can't do. It's almost like a privilege. You can't eat whatever you want if you want abs. Glutes, you're fine because, like I said, genetics plays a part with that, and you do need to have a calorie surplus to gain some glutes. Obviously, you need muscle around that, but you need a little bit of fat deposits in that area too to make it look visually pleasing, I guess you can say. But to keep and maintain abs, you really need to be on a calorie deficit or just eating a bunch of healthy food options, because you can't eat whatever you want. So to keep it simple, go on a calorie surplus to grow your glutes, but then cut to the point where you start to see visible abs. Realistically, you need to be under maybe 13% body fat. I'm not sure too much about women. I think it's relatively the same, but it's just really hard for women to get to that point. Getting abs is hard. Not everyone can get abs. Shoot, I don't even have abs right now. It's as in I do, but it's definitely not at a 10%. So with abs, it's something that you need to be super disciplined with. So you can't eat whatever you want. You need to be very diligent with the food you're taking in. So to conclude all that mess, you need to go on a calorie surplus to grow your glutes, because you can't do it at a deficit. So once you've grown your glutes, which takes time, so be patient. It takes time. If you want and you feel like you're not pleased with how you're looking while you're in a calorie surplus, then cut some weight here and there. But you need to be on a calorie surplus to grow your glutes, because you do need some fat to be in that area too. So calorie surplus, once you go into that point, then you can go on a calorie deficit. You can't eat whatever you want. You need to be calorie deficit and eat whole foods, eat healthy to maintain and keep your abs. And then if you're lucky, you can get to the end range where those two can sit well together. Alright, that concludes this video, guys. If you appreciate the answers I gave, leave a like and subscribe. And if you'd like your questions answered as well, leave them in the comments below and I will answer them in the next Reddit video. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys when I see you guys. Peace. Thumbnail.